The dark side of Hollywood's new obsession, guys. Have you seen the new videos of Jenna Ortega, bro? I'm talking about she does not look well, gang. When I saw that on Instagram, I was scrolling, just minding my business, and I seen these new clips of Jenna Ortega doing some type of promo, movie run, whatever it was, and she just looked so frail. And I was like, bro, why are they propping this woman up? You know, she's smiling, acting like everything's smooth. Like, she don't look right, bro. And, you know, at the end of the day, I hope she good. I'm not even trying to be negative, but what's going on in Hollywood, man? Everyone's walking around looking like Jack the Skeleton. It's scary. Let's get right into today's video, man. Where you at, family? Drop that like button, hit that subscribe. Let's get to it.
People are increasingly pointing out a worrying new body ideal in Hollywood.
Everyone in Hollywood is extremely skinny right now.
And it's not just normal skinny. It is the concerning, sickly, deathly looking skinny.
Hollywood supposedly has a skinny epidemic. Body positivity influencers, singers, action stars, even childhood icons seem to be getting thinner. And everyone thinks they know their secret.
There's a drug problem in Hollywood.
Wait a second. That's Ozempic. That's majority.
No, everybody lying. Everyone's like, a smaller portion. Like, shut the f up. You're on Ozempic.
By the way, you've been working on your body and on your health.
No, that's Ozempic. That's how this weight got lost.
With a growing black market capitalizing on this publicity, doctors are worried that people are taking things too far. But the drug is the least interesting part of this story. Companies now sell these drugs for a website to almost anyone. A few months ago, one of them offered to sponsor me. More money than I've ever been offered.
Really? That's crazy. Is it really that just accessible now?
But organizations like this don't normally want me looking into them. See, I make documentaries investigating this industry. Nobody offers that kind of money unless they plan to make it back. So I went looking at how and found an entire system built around these drugs. One that's now trickling down into the fitness industry. Which worries me, as my 16-year-old self would have fallen for this trap, as we're seeing more and more healthy teenagers do now to achieve the Hollywood look. This problem is more obvious than ever before.
Good evening, and welcome to the 80s.
The Hollywood look sucks. I don't know why anyone wants to look like that. Bro, it doesn't look good. It looks fucked up. You look malnourished. You look like you've been starving. I don't know why anyone wants to look like that.
Second Golden Globes, Ozempic's biggest night.
Is that real? Did they really
We've
say
already
that?
seen that exact joke before.
Everybody looks so great. When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me?
If we look at any red carpet, these jokes don't seem to be baseless. There's rumors of Ozempic parties, celebrities gathering to inject together.
A lot of people have said that Dwayne is on Ozempic. They thought he was on fucking Ozempic.
But you don't need the rumors, some have just said it.
I lost nearly 3 stone by taking Ozempic.
I'm trying to biohack my body, so anything that'll help me age backwards, I'm into it.
Jolo, you look thin.
Thank you.
Ozempic?
Yep.
Oh, are you?
No way. Yeah.
And for people with diabetes or obesity, they're a genuine medical breakthrough. Everyone in that room knows the difference between taking a drug because you medically need it, or taking it because you have a red carpet to walk on Friday. It's good medicine for the right person. The trouble starts when the right person stops mattering. Because for celebrities, this often isn't medicine.
You know what this is starting to remind me of? This is like with the whole vaping thing, essentially. You have a new breakthrough, everybody hops on it, everybody starts using it. It's better than smoking cigarettes, allegedly, at the time. You know, it's a good supplement. It's gonna help you get off. And now everyone's doing it before we even have a chance to know the side effects. Fast forward another 6 years, 7 years, come to find out it's actually more addictive than cigarettes because of how accessible it is. It's actually leading to people getting popcorn lungs and a whole bunch of negative side effects. People are dying, lungs are collapsing, and it's all because everyone just likes to hop on things thinking it's a trend. This Ozempic trend is new. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's spamming it. And I guarantee you, we don't know how bad it's going to get. But fast forward another 5, 6, 7 years from now, it's gonna be ugly. Unfortunately.
It's an accelerator for an old Hollywood tradition, the crush diet. 2022, the Met Gala. Kim Kardashian wanted to wear the dress Marilyn Monroe wore to sing happy birthday to a president. There was just one problem.
I tried it on and it didn't fit me. And so I looked at them and I said, give me like 3 weeks. And I had to lose 16 pounds down today to be able to fit this.
Whether Kim used a GLP-1 doesn't really matter. Hollywood has always pressured women to be thin and men to be lean and muscular. Weight loss drugs are just a faster way of getting there, with the papers claiming heroin chic is back.
Skinny or bring back a dead relative?
Skinny.
Oh.
That's a joke, but people have chased Hollywood ideals to extreme lengths for decades. Ideals that keep moving. The 80s, it was fitness and muscle. The 90s, heroin chic. Skinny to the point of illness. The 2000s, tabloid skinny.
You sound nice but look like a shop girl. That's the problem.
I know what you're saying, Ned.
What am I saying?
That I'm overweight,
You
basically.
Are. You really are.
The 2010s, curves, where the BBL became one of the fastest growing cosmetic surgeries in the world. And now, it seems we're back to skinny again. Ideals have a fashion cycle, your body doesn't. In 2012, researchers let 40 women design their perfect body in 3D. 39 built one thinner than their own. The average ideal landed just a fraction above the clinically underweight line. And when scientists compare the body people rate most attractive with the body they rate as the healthiest, the attractive one is usually thinner.
Man, I can always appreciate, of my thinner women, I think all body types are beautiful, but I've never been mad at a little bit of, a little bit of meat on them bones, bro. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not talking about overweight, but you know what I think is really attractive? A healthy looking body, a healthy looking woman. You know what I'm saying? So even if you are on the thinner side, you could tell that you've been in the gym. You could tell that you got some muscle on you. You could tell you look fit, you look lean, you look put together. And then if you happen to be more of a thicker woman, thicker thighs, bigger butt, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? It just look nice and put together, not like sloppy, but more just like, yo, I'm putting that work in. I think I'm just attracted to like people that are in shape. Women that are in shape, you feel me? That's what I've always found attractive. Because again, I've dealt with, more petite women, thicker women, shit. I've even dabbled in the plus. I've dabbled in the plus. You know what I'm saying? And it's all beautiful. But I just don't understand when it's like you looking anorexic in that hoe. Like, it never made sense to me. It genuinely don't look right.
So people can point to a healthy body. We just find the unhealthy one more appealing. Your body doesn't want to stay below a certain level of body fat.
For guys, that's unrealistic, I'm telling you.
On the women's side, it gets darker.
I got myself so low that my menstruation stopped.
Body fat is vital for survival. It runs a hormonal system. Drop too far below what your body needs, and it starts shutting things down. For women, you can expect to lose your periods, because as far as your body can tell, you're facing a famine. And it's a similar story for men, who typically chase a body that's both leaner and more muscular than most women actually prefer. And we know what living at that stage costs.
I'm telling you right now, being shredded is a nightmare. You will hate your entire existence. Your life will be miserable. Your mental health will be in the gutter. You'll be hungry, tired, weak. Other than you looking your absolute best, I can promise that you're feeling your worst.
Bro, I hate these internet niggas sometimes, gang. Because I just don't believe that's true, bruh. People have real obsessive personalities to the point where they just obsess with things to the absolute extreme. It don't gotta be that. Guys, you can look at my physique right here. You can look at my physique. I am in great shape. I'm pretty fucking shredded, and I don't feel like shit. I don't feel like shit. This is, let me see if I can find another one. I don't feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? You do the hard work of counting your calories. Getting here is the hard point. But after that, once you do just a little bit of discipline and maintenance, it's not that crazy, bro. Could I be leaner? I guess if I wanted to be like a fucking superhero aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be no bodybuilder, bro. I just want to look good, feel good, and confident when I look in the mirror. This is not hard. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not hard, but once you get here, maintaining it is not crazy, bro. And people make it seem like you gotta be killing yourself and doing all this extra stuff. Mind you, this is all natty, bro. Locked in for about a year, got my diet right, meal prep, tracked my calories, boom. Once I got there, I've been eating the same amount of foods for however many months. So I kind of started to visualize, understand what my body can intake before I start getting bloated, before my body starts fluctuating. So now, you know, if I ever really want to lean out, all I got to do is just lock in and track my calories again. But when I'm just coasting and maintaining, it's like, all right, just don't overeat. All right, I probably had about like 2,000 calories today. Let me chill. I probably had about 130, 150 in protein today. I don't need to eat no more. And shit, if I want to go fucking sip on some milkshake ice cream, dulce de leche ice cream milkshake, my nigga, I'm gonna do that. You can enjoy your life, bruh. Stop obsessing with shit to the point where you feel like you gotta be miserable. This shit crazy, bro. That should be pissing me off when I hear shit like that, because it's not true. It's not true. Yeah, if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, perfect pecs and, you know, perfect cuts, all right, fine. But you just an average dude that just want to look good, be in shape, and be shredded. I mean, bro, you don't gotta fucking kill yourself, my nigga. It ain't that deep. It is not that deep.
Minnesota's starvation experiment showed it 80 years ago. Researchers took 36 healthy young men and restricted their food for months to understand starvation after the war. The men became obsessed with food. They stopped sleeping properly, and some fell into a depression. Now, this was starvation research, but 80 years later, the leanest people on your feed go through the same symptoms and call it discipline. I could take a weight loss drug to blunt my appetite while sticking to a stupidly low-calorie Hollywood diet. Sure, I might not be hungry, but I'd likely end up with the testosterone and sleep of a 90-year-old. And I'd lose muscle, likely running into nutritional deficiencies from eating so little, especially if I wasn't careful. The extreme end of this trend is an ideal below where hormones work properly, below where even the people modeling it can sustain it. And on the female side at least, the internet has already given it a name, Ozempic chic. A beauty standard named after a drug is hardly new. For heroin chic to fade in the early 2000s, it took a death, a 20-year-old photographer at the center of the scene, as well as the president of the United States calling it out. The face of heroin chic was Kate Moss. 20 years after it supposedly died, she was asked for a motto.
Kate replied, "There's nothing tastes as good as skinny feels."
That sentence became a slogan to corners of the internet that glorified disordered eating. But now it's back with fitness branding. It got bad enough that TikTok banned the hashtag skinny talk after the French government and EU regulators forced them to do so. UK hospital admissions for eating disorders have risen sharply over the past decade. At the peak, the UK's biggest eating disorder charity saw demand for support triple. And this wave has a male side that the 90s version never really had, with looks maxing, where the female beauty playbook is now being tested on men, who are often willing to go just as far, whether that's hitting themselves in the face with a hammer or starve maxing for a gaunt model-like appearance. A few months ago, I joined a teenage steroid group chat, as you do. I thought it would be kind of funny, until it sank in that these were actual 15-year-olds running black market drugs and injecting fat dissolvers into their face before they'd even finished puberty. Most kids can't afford these, and they don't legally qualify. But the drug sets the ideal at the top, and then the ideal trickles down to people who use whatever's in reach, which reminds me of when I was younger. As a teenager, I was scared of eating properly. I thought that if I gained anything, my face would bloat, and I wouldn't look like the fitness guys I watched. So I kept myself lean in ways I'd now call disordered. It took me years to unlearn, and I was doing that with willpower and bad information. If someone offered 16-year-old me an injection that just switched hunger off, I'd have taken it without hesitation.
It worries me for young people that in the wrong hands it could be quite dangerous.
And it's not just women. The Rock and Batista are two of Hollywood's most famous action stars, known for their fitness. And even they get the Ozempic diagnosis now. So the pressure's everywhere, and the legal route has two locks on it. The first is money. These drugs can cost thousands a year. The second is a doctor. Doctors don't typically prescribe weight loss drugs to people who are already lean, which is exactly who this ideal targets. So a market's opened that checks neither. Even though I used to be somewhat fat, I don't qualify. I can't justify spending hundreds a month, and I once fainted in a Boots after a routine jab. So instead of using an injection to adjust what I eat.
When it came through the post, it was just literally a pre-mixed needle, syringe, in an ice pack.
In an illegal market, dealers cut corners.
Here's one of the most sophisticated fakes that we've seen. You can see they made a box.
One of the things that just blow me away is how people are even willing to inject foreign things into their bodies without knowing if it's legit or not. Like, bro, I literally would be terrified to even do that. Bro, I don't understand. People really are like, I'm putting aesthetic over everything, even over health. Bro, no. I fucking get a sore throat and I'm miserable, my nigga. I cannot imagine any part of my body not functioning to its full capacity. Nigga, I just caught a goddamn food virus the other day. I'm still kind of fighting that shit. That's why my energy's a little bit lower today. I'm groggy, I'm pissed. I don't want no part of my body not working into its full capacity. That shit is the biggest inconvenience. I would be terrified to even try and put no foreign object in my body, bro. Hell nah. On everything I love, my nigga. On everything I love. I could never do steroids or any type of supplement unless a doctor literally looked at me and said, hey, you need to take X, Y, and Z or else you are not going to be healthy. That's how I'm moving. I don't even like going to the doctor because sometimes I feel like they be overly trying to push medication. Oh, you sick? Take this. Man, I don't get sick, bro. I get sick like once or twice a year. Straight up. I feel like sometimes that all that medication and stuff, it be tricking your... Now, this isn't medical advice. I ain't no doctor or nothing. But sometimes I just feel like when you be taking all this stuff, it low-key start tricking your immune system into being reliant on that shit. And then you realize that you get sick more and you have to take that stuff to even balance it out. Meanwhile, I just be chilling. My nigga... cross my heart, hope to die, bro. I went to the dentist for the first time in like 10 years, like last week. I ain't have no cavities, no gum problems, nothing. And the only reason I went, I was like, because I want to start thinking about getting some Invisalign to straighten out my teeth. My nigga, I just floss and I don't got no crazy routine or nothing. I just floss every day. Brush my teeth every day, morning and night, tongue scrub, mouthwash. Bro, people overcomplicating some of the basic things. And I know everybody's different. I'm not, by no means am I telling you that you shouldn't go to the dentist, but that's just how I was living, you know? I ain't have no health insurance, nothing. I have to pay for everything out of pocket. I just wasn't going to the dentist. But I knew that, so I'm brushing my teeth, flossing, making sure I'm handling. When I went, they're like, hey man, when's the last time you got your shit cleaned? Your shit look good. Bro, we be overcomplicating shit, bro. We don't need more than half of this shit, I swear.
That says Mounjaro.
Shit's
It's actually
crazy,
a different pen and a totally different medicine is inside. They've just relabeled it to make it look like Mounjaro. It's another drug for type 2 diabetes, doesn't cause weight loss.
That's one of the better outcomes. In Austria, people were hospitalized after using fake pens. Seizures, hyperglycemic shock, as the pens contained insulin. Inject insulin when your blood sugar's normal, and it can help you lose all of your fat, if you know what I'm saying. The FDA's own database records deaths linked to counterfeit pens. But how big is this? Honestly, nobody knows. Even the World Health Organization only counts what gets caught. they issued a global alert on fake semaglutide in 2024, after counterfeits turned up in over a dozen countries, including inside the legal system. For scale, the legitimate market did around $79 billion last year. The shadow market exists for everyone the system said no to. People who can't afford the real thing. People too lean for a doctor to help. People whose relationship with food is exactly the reason a doctor would refuse them. Yet, I don't know if the black market is where the most questionable selling happens. The stranger sellers aren't hiding in DMs or shipping ice packs from abroad. They have websites, customer services, celebrity endorsements. They're the ones who emailed me.
Wow.
A few years ago, most of these companies didn't exist. Today, there's hundreds. But start at the top of the money stack. Remember that clip I showed you earlier?
It's Ozempic's biggest night.
Eli Lilly, the maker of Mounjaro and Zepbound, ran ads during that same broadcast. At one point, a voiceover announced the telecast was sponsored by Lilly, a medicine company. Lilly later clarified it didn't sponsor the Globes. That announcement is just what CBS plays before ad breaks. Either way, she called it Ozempic's biggest night as a joke. By the final ad break, it sort of was. This is the same company that a year earlier released this ad ahead of the Oscars.
Some people have been using medicine never meant for them, for vanity. But that's not the point. People whose health is affected by obesity are the reason we work on these medications.
So why would a medicine company advertise to a room full of celebrities? Remember, last year, this market did around $79 billion. By 2035, it's expected to hit $190 billion. 1 in 8 American adults is on these drugs right now. And with demand like that, the advertising stops being subtle.
I was just at the mall. There were so many posters for GLP-1s. It was insane.
Perhaps this is a good thing, as these are becoming more accessible. But even just a few years ago, there seemed to be a distinction that most medical experts pointed to.
If you're in pretty good shape and you're just using this to lose 5 or 10 pounds, I think you're an idiot.
Strong words, but surely nobody's actually marketing these drugs to people who are already in shape. This is Gregory O'Gallagher, Kinobody. He built his entire brand on the Hollywood physique, selling programs in his philosophy for getting there naturally, at least until his approach shifted.
So I've pissed off a lot of people because I've been taking tirzepatide for the last 6 weeks to simply improve satiety and just nail my calories with ease. I ran the experiment. It's never been easier to be lean and to get leaner than it ever has. This is the future of fitness, using...
Bro, you look great, bro. Why? That's what I'm trying to say, and that's why I went on my little tirade earlier showing y'all my physique. It's like, what more do you want, bro? Like, you're already lean, gang. You beat the game. I just need to tweak it just a little bit more so I could just get a little bit more lean. It's like, bro, you're good. Relax.
a low-dose tirzepatide.
His website now advertises a telehealth clinic, weight loss drugs, without ever sitting in front of a doctor, and some have called him out for it.
The new incentive is to openly take anything that you can, even if you don't really need it, just so that you can sell it, because selling drugs is more profitable than selling programs.
And his clinic is just one of hundreds. Just look on Google. So where did hundreds of drug websites suddenly come from? Two things happened at once. During the pandemic, seeing a doctor moved online, and it kinda stayed there. Then Ozempic went viral. Demand exploded so fast that the manufacturers couldn't physically make enough. The FDA declared it an official shortage. And buried in American law is a quirk. During a shortage, special pharmacies are allowed to make copies of the drug, legally without patents or tons of research. So we have the most wanted drug on earth. And for nearly 3 years, anyone with a website and a partner pharmacy could sell their own version of it. All you needed was a checkout page and a form asking if you're sure you qualify.
After answering a few...
What? Oh my god. Yeah, bro, y'all, man. I know everybody's different. There might be some mixed reviews, but y'all be careful, man. I know some of y'all want to take them shortcuts, bro. Just please, caloric deficit, get in the gym, lock in, man. Don't take the easy way out. You at this point, they literally can just be selling you anything. If you're not going to a doctor, really sitting down with a doctor and getting prescribed, like with that one-on-one action, you don't know what you ordering and putting in your body.
A few dozen health-related questions online, I was approved for Ozempic. At no point did I speak on the phone or have a video consult with a doctor or nurse practitioner.
The shortage officially ended last year, and the copies were supposed to stop, but many just tweaked the dose so they could call it personalized and work around this. The FDA does have rules on drug marketing. If you name a drug in an ad, you have to name the side effects too. But watch what happens when Serena Williams tells you about her weight loss.
I'm on row, 34 pounds down on GLP-1s.
In the ad, she never names a specific drug. Influencers aren't selling you a medication, they're selling the idea of one. And ideas don't need side effect disclosures. Now, not every telehealth clinic.
Serena Williams, you've been a fucking mega athlete your entire life. You've been in shape probably your entire life. How you didn't need that bag. Damn, I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Wow.
Is a villain. Some are legitimate, and for people who genuinely qualify, they widen access to care. But this is why I never applied. A doctor who tells you no is doing their job. A weight loss website that tells you no just lost a customer. Every incentive points towards overprescription. We've got 16-year-olds promoting websites selling these, with a pop-up that asks if you're 21. So about as useful as the policeman in Home Bargains. And these aren't Flintstone vitamins, they're drugs, with a warning list your doctor's supposed to walk you through. Medicine gets prescribed, this gets marketed. While making this video, I read a book by Dr. Mike Isidel. If you've spent any time in the fitness corner of YouTube, you probably know him. His content had a big impact on the way I train. So when I saw the title, The Aesthetic Revolution, Embracing Vanity and the Future of Fitness to Unlock Your Healthier Self, I pre-ordered it. But read the contents page. The earlier chapters are training, nutrition and muscle. Then the closing chapters arrive. Weight loss drugs, muscle building drugs, advanced surgery. All have their uses, but when you're desperate, you don't listen to the caveats. Teenage me would have skipped straight to the back chapters. Now, with GLP-1s, Pandora's box is already open. The problem is the culture around them, a non-transparent one, where increasingly, unrealistic bodies get normalized through medication. Your hunger cues exist for a reason. If you're not overweight, switching them off with an injection to get excessively lean is like ripping out the fire alarm because you don't like the noise it makes. The reason a fit body is attractive in the first place is that it signals health. Chase leanness past that point, and you're no longer signaling health anymore. If the solution to health was chasing the thinnest, most ripped body, Hollywood would be the healthiest place on the planet. It's not.
Word. Very insightful video, man. Y'all, make sure you guys go tap in if you guys want to go show some love. You know, the original video is always going to be linked in the description. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Like this video, sub up, join the Where You At family, and go and click the links in my description and follow me on Patreon. You know, we're reacting to Breaking Bad right now on the Patreon, so that's been really, really fun. If you guys want to watch that with me, you know, you can do that. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. I'm gone.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.